I'm probably gonna make another video today because it's the 30th of June and Kaizer Chiefs are making announcements. They've made 3 so far, and I've made connections why they make the decisions that they made today and why they made the decisions that they made a few days ago. Well, the announcements that they made a few days ago. And we'll talk about that in this video. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Makosi Football Club. I guess I've recovered from the Mlefintsegi disappointment, surprise, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, Kaizer Chiefs made a few announcements today. So let's start with the simple one and the one that we knew was going to happen in any case, and that is called Alexander Uguti. They've come to an agreement to terminate his contract. Right, so they paid him off and then he's agreed to leave the Chiefs, and I'm guessing he's going to Cape Town Spurs. He didn't do much for the Chiefs, right? He didn't, but I would appreciate this. I will take this chance to appreciate him for effort, because it's not like he was just sitting there doing nothing. He tried his best. It's just that things sometimes they just don't work, right? It's life, it happens, sometimes things don't work, and that was the case with Ukola Alexander. So all the best to him. Cape Town Spurs or Super Sport, don't know where he's gonna end up, but I think he would fit better with Super Sport because they need depth, because they would be playing in the CAF Confederations Cup thingy. So he definitely would fit better with Super Sport, unless he prefers to go back or want to go to Cape Town Spurs. So all the best to Cole, and let's move on to a player that once again immediately is disappointing, unless they were telling the truth. Uguti usfiso Hlanti. There were talks last week. I even made a video, Hlanti out, and then I click and I book because I thought that was happening, because there were reports Uguti the conversation between him and Kaizer Chiefs were not coming the way that both parties wanted the conversations to go. As such, Chiefs had come to a point where they were like, no, okay, this thing is over and Uhlanti is going to leave. But Chiefs have announced Uguti Uhlanti is definitely staying, which is weird. Yabo Jessica, I will always say this. Uguti Jessica is a very, 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 very good person at her job, because if you think about it, yes, teams do this thing you announce when the players extend my contracts, and they told us Uguti Uhlanti is extending by 1 year with another year option to extend the contract further. I don't know Uguti whose option it is, whether it's Hlanti's option or it's the club's option. I don't know. However, it's happening, they're extending his contract. In the case though, Uguti, it feels to me like Jessica and the marketing team, they are just trying to make it Chiefs trend by saying player updates, and then everyone is talking about, oh, Cole, we know Uguti he's leaving, and now they're announcing Uguti Hlanti is staying. In a way, it's like Chiefs is being relevant, but not relevant in a way that we want them to be relevant in ngayo. Like, yes, I know Uguti there might be complications because some players contracts are expire namhlanje, and then the player can be officially announced tomorrow. But Pirates have announced their players who are playing for TS Galaxy, and they've already announced the players whose contracts are expiring now. Because teams do that. If you have bought a player, you announce them. Same thing, Jay. Amatima Yagwenza Loko. I don't even need to make examples. Everyone knows this. But the Chiefs ifuna ukulinda iyekela ama speculations, and then ama speculations are just flying all over. And in that way, we get angry for no reason. It's good for us content creators, because then if there are rumors, we're gonna make content about it. But some people really get affected by these rumors to a point Uguti they get mad. Uguti, why is Chiefs doing this? Only to find Uguti, no, they were never releasing Uhlanti. Uhlanti has always been in their plans, and they've extended his contract. Tina, obviously, we are going to bring it up and say, hey, Nizwile Nuguti kick off it, because at the end of the day, this show is set up in a way that when you're coming back from work, you can watch it and say, how? Because you still watch the news, right? You don't complain about rumors on the news. So, complain about rumors, my YouTube. Anyways, I'm not there. I'm here acting. Chiefs will let you believe my newspapers, I almost named them by name. They will let you believe nonsense from media and all that stuff and YouTubers. And then on the final day, they will come and say, oh, by the way, we've extended the contract Kahlant after weeks and months of speculations, something that could be just simplified. And this thing, yeah, Chiefs, people always say that, hi, velama contracts in Pilo, they take time, they don't just happen overnight. Of course, they don't happen overnight. But it Chiefs, specifically, when it comes to negotiating, whether it's for players or coaches, just like what happened with Unabi, or for players like Bloom, players end up leaving. We end up not getting players from other teams because when it comes to negotiations, the Chiefs, they just drag for no particular reason, for a reason unknown to men. Ama negotiations, Chiefs, aya drag, Chiefs, they take so long to do things, and because of that, in most cases, we end up missing out. But if you think about it, for a brand to be in everyone's mouths, it's always there. I saw someone on Twitter writing ukuthi Amazulu have announced to coach up Sefigile, Sundowns, they announced their new player, I think the one from Benfica. I didn't even see that on my timeline make tweets. But the team that's still trending is Chiefs. And abantu will say, hey, nibambelele kutheni trend niya trend. But the point is, you don't just trend, you trend because you're relevant. And the Chiefs will stay relevant and big because Jessica is also making this thing a point. We have a huge fan base, let's keep them talking about us. And because we're always talking about them, we're always thinking about them every time. Jimpilo yethu yonke, Chiefs. And Jessica has control the more I think about it. But the point is, they could simplify things. There are easier ways of doing it rather than just letting things drag out for no particular reasons. There are things that they can let drag out because it's life. Some things just don't happen like that all the time. But it's the that they can simplify. We've known this thing about Ukune Ukune should be given a contract. We'll talk about him in a moment. But we've known Uguti. We knew it was difficult for them to go too young and sign a left back because we need a foreign spot for maybe a defensive midfielder or a strike. So going out to get a left back who's probably not even gonna start, it's like to me wasting a foreign spot rather than using it on someone. Foreign spots should be definitely used for starters. You're not going to bring in someone from wherever they're coming from, somewhere around the world, and have them sit on the bench, wasting a foreign spot for someone else who could be adding value to the team. So that is what I'm saying. That move, I knew it was going to be tricky to happen. So okay, all this time we're like, Ushanti, or they're going to sign that left back. They've just did the thing that was simple and we knew all along. I know people will say, hey, but you have no idea how to run business. Right, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. It helps me. It helps my self-esteem. It helps me feel better about myself. Just telling you the truth right now because I make videos and people don't like them. So I get depressed. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel. 65% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. I don't know why. Am I ugly? Am I not looking good for you? Guys, come on. Anyways, let's talk about Khune. So, Ukune, right? What we know ngaye ukuthi he's been given a 1-year contract. And naye njalo Khune use some manipulation tactics. Ngizolikhuluma nje iqiniso mina. Ngizolikhuluma nje iqiniso because he went to Robert Marawa Ukune and he said he still wants to play football. Basijalo. Basiqaphaza abantu. Yabona if you are able to control in narrative, media or in some way or another, do it, man. And Ukune used this thing brilliantly. He went out. We knew the season which had already started doing his coaching stuff, right? But he goes to Robert Marawa. He's like, I still want to play football, and if that means leaving Chiefs, I'll do it. Hey, Bapeniko, Bobby. Bapenika bakwamtawu kumananga lomjithethu uzohamba kwi-Chiefs. Kanti usile Khune, and not ukuthi usile in a bad way. He's smart. I'll just say that was a smart move by him, going out and kind of saying, even if it means leaving Chiefs, knowing very well ukuthi he's ready to retire. So why would you stay in a club for 16 years or more? Because kade aqala kwi-Chiefs unyaka wesi-19 lo uzoba wesi-20. Ukuthi you start your career with Chiefs and then on the last 2 years or last year uzohamba manje with Chiefs. Why again? Because the contracts were dragging long before they could finalize. It was taking so long ukuba finalize ukuthi are they giving me a deal or not. Few months ago, here we're sitting saying Chiefs should give Khune a contract, and it should be kind of a hybrid contract between the coaching side and being the player as well. And they've eventually done that. But we said this months and months ago. But we are sitting here on the 30th of June talking about the fact that, oh, Chiefs have finally done the thing that we saw months and months ago. But I see why they brought back Uraina in the former goalkeeper coach who trained Khune to who they are right now. Because they did not give him a position of being a goalkeeper coach. Because demoter no Matibe, because Sea Chiefs are doing that these days. They could have done that, but they didn't. Instead, they appointed Uraina to be the special counsel. Hey, now Paul Heyman, wrestling. He's a special advisor. Yes, he's a sort of a special advisor to the goalkeeping department. So he's not the guy, he's just the advisor, because presidents are there but they have advisors. So in a way, he's advising Omatib. Yabon, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I ask myself, why did they do this? And then it's clear it's because he will be advising Omatibe, but in a way they will be training Khune to become the next goalkeeper coach in a way, because Khune, they are saying he's also going to be using this year as a player, but it will also be transitioning into the coaching system and setup, which I think will be the goalkeeper keeping thing, which will be great, because we haven't even talking about Uraina because of Unlifenseg. But I say Uguti Chiefs Vele, they did not give the man his job back fully, because I see Uguti, I hope Uguti, they are thinking long term, Uguti this position will be given to Khune. That's what I think probably going to happen or not going to happen. But what do you guys think about this whole situation? Yeah, Chiefs tracking out conversation. And do you think this is a perfect position for Khune? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumo.